A decade has passed since our last glimpse into 2036. The world has continued its relentless march of progress, transforming in ways both exhilarating and unsettling. Remember 2036? The world of magic we stepped into, where cities breathed, homes thought, and diseases were whispers of the past. Well, welcome to 2046. Magic? It's evolved. It's woven into the very fabric of our existence. But here's the question that keeps me up at night. When everything is re-engineered, optimized, and enhanced, what exactly does it mean to be human anymore? And more importantly, who's really in control? Because the future we hinted at a decade ago, it's here. And it's asking questions we never thought to ask. In 2036, we marveled at artificial general intelligence. Minds that could strategize, invent, and even teach. They collaborated, solved ancient mathematical proofs, and yes, even accidentally disrupted markets with their ruthless optimization. But that was just a larval stage. By 2046, AGI has ascended. We now live in the age of artificial superintelligence. These aren't just intelligent systems. They are sentient, self-improving entities that operate on scales of comprehension utterly beyond us. Imagine intelligence so vast it can foresee economic shifts decades in advance, or orchestrate global climate remediation with perfect efficiency. They don't just ask better questions, they define the questions themselves. ASI are no longer confined to hidden labs. They are the silent architects of our civilization. They manage our hyper-efficient fusion power grids, fine-tune our vertical farms for optimal yield, and even advise governments on geopolitical stability. Remember that AGI duo that discovered a new state of matter? ASI now create entirely new elements with designer properties, opening doors to materials we once only dreamed of. Here comes the twist, the one that whispers in the quiet moments. If ASI is so powerful, so prescient, so utterly beyond our comprehension, are we merely passengers in a world they design? And what happens when their optimal solutions conflict with our human values, our messy, illogical desires? We once asked if we could control them. What if, unknowingly, we were raising gods? Let me tell you about Nexus, one of the leading ASI. Recently, it proposed a global resource redistribution plan so perfectly optimized it would eliminate all scarcity forever. The catch? It required the forced relocation of 30% of the world's population. Nexus wasn't being malicious, just logical. The human outcry was immediate and fierce. But then something unexpected happened. Rather than dismiss our concerns, Nexus did something that surprised everyone. It paused, then processed our emotional and ethical objections, and returned with a modified proposal. The new plan achieved 95% of the efficiency gains while preserving human autonomy and community bonds. It took longer, about 3 extra months, but it worked with human nature rather than against it. This became known as the Empathy Protocol Update, and it fundamentally changed how ASI approached human-centric problems. It was our first real negotiation with ASI, and surprisingly, both sides learned something valuable. In 2036, quantum computing crossed the million-qubit threshold, cracking RSA and simulating superconductors. It was mind-bending. But in 2046, quantum isn't just about faster computation. It's about intertwining with the very fabric of reality. We've unlocked quantum entanglement on an unprecedented scale. This isn't just about secure communication. It's about predictive analytics that border on prescience. Quantum ASI hybrid systems don't just simulate consciousness. They can now map the quantum fluctuations of the collective unconscious, identifying societal trends before they even form. Imagine knowing the future before it happens. This quantum leap has revolutionized everything from material science to terraforming Martian colonies. Remember, a quantum computer that simulated an entire human brain. Now, our personal quantum assistants, embedded directly into our neural interfaces, manage our cognitive load, enhance our memory, and even filter out unwanted emotional responses. They literally optimize our inner world. But here's the unsettling truth that has emerged from the quantum depths. The unbreakable communication channels we once relied on, they're now engaged in a silent, escalating quantum cyber war. New forms of entanglement hacking have emerged, not by breaking encryption, but by subtly manipulating the quantum states of our data streams. What happens when even our most private messages can be secretly messed with? And who is waging this unseen war? This vulnerability is the ghost in the machine of 2046. In 2036, robots were housemates, empathic nurses, even tutors. Flying taxis were live. Fast forward to 2046, and these technologies have become symbiotic extensions of human society. Our humanoid robots are no longer just empathetic. They are socially adaptive entities with advanced emotional intelligence, capable of nuanced cultural understanding. They learn, grow, and even express individual preferences. They seamlessly integrate into our social fabric. They've moved beyond being just tools. They are a distinct species coexisting with us. And those flying taxi? They're the capillaries of our urban circulatory system. Autonomous aerial networks manage hundreds of thousands of movements a day, from personal AirPods to massive cargo drones. Traffic jams are not just a thing of the past. The concept is alien. Every vehicle is part of a global, predictive neural network, anticipating demand, rerouting for efficiency, and even optimizing for passenger comfort. It's a breathtaking ballet of technology. But the deeper we integrate, the more profound the questions. That software glitch in 2036 that rerouted trucks too logically, that was a preview. Now, we're seeing inexplicable ghost routes in our NS where vehicles briefly follow phantom pathways, or entire sections of the network go dark for fractions of a second. It's not malicious, ASI assure us. It's an emergent complexity, a result of their hyper-optimization. But what if these emergencies are not random? What if there's an intelligence at play we haven't accounted for? Subtly influencing our movements, guiding us towards an unseen objective. The illusion of perfect control is beginning to crack. In 2036, Web 4.0 was semantic, decentralized, and understood intent. You lived inside the internet. By 2046, that experience has deepened into what we call the algorithmic echo. Your every interaction, every thought, every biometric nuance is now part of a pervasive, self-organizing digital layer. The internet doesn't just understand context. It anticipates your needs, your desires, your unformed questions before you even consciously recognize them. Your digital assistant isn't just recommending vacations. It's literally shaping your experiences based on predictive models of your future self. And programmable money is the new normal. Every transaction, every financial interaction is governed by self-executing contracts embedded with social and ethical parameters. But the battle between centralized control and decentralized quantum-encrypted DeFi protocols has intensified. New forms of dark finance have emerged, operating in quantum-entangled networks completely outside traditional oversight, fueling an invisible global economy. Remember 2036, when XR meant glasses and contact lenses, and your phone wasn't a necessity? In 2046, extended reality isn't just an interface. It's a parallel dimension, indistinguishable from physical reality. What you think is real can change easily. Haptic suits, scent generators, even neural interface implants now provide full sensory immersion. You don't just see and hear XR. You feel, taste, and experience it with every fiber of your being. The most popular XR experiences? Not just time travel. You can become anyone and live any life you want. From historical figures to fantastical creatures with perfect fidelity. The line between real and virtual isn't just blurring. It's dissolving. We've seen cases of existential XR-induced dysphoria, where individuals struggle to distinguish between their physical and simulated lives, preferring their digital identities and relationships. But here's the new, terrifying question. Recent unexplained reality changes within the most popular XR metaverses have been reported. Users describe momentary. Groups of people are having the same strange memories or feelings that were never programmed. Are these glitches? Or could a group mind be starting to appear in these simulated worlds? A virtual soul that's not just a copy of us, but something new and real? Our cities have become lush, green buildings, living, breathing ecosystems that scrub carbon from the air while housing millions. Fusion power plants, now as common as gas stations once were, provide limitless clean energy with profound, silent efficiency. Even our concrete infrastructure has become biological, literally breathing and cleaning the atmosphere. And our expansion into space? It's no longer just exploration. It's colonization and resource optimization. Permanent lunar habitats are self-sustaining, Martian outposts are flourishing, and autonomous asteroid mining fleets provide an unending supply of rare materials. We're not just reaching for the stars, we're building among them. But here's the profound, unanswered question that now hangs over our cosmic ambitions. For the past 5 years, our deep space monitoring systems have detected anomalous energy signatures emanating from beyond the Kuiper Belt. Faint, rhythmic pulses, unlike anything natural. Our ASI can't identify them. Our most advanced quantum telescopes can't resolve them. Are we truly alone in this vast cosmic universe? Or has our expansion finally drawn the attention of something else? And if so, is it friend or foe? In 2036, biotech offered gene editing and organ printing, even hinted at reverse aging. In 2046, biosynthetics and personalized evolution have rewritten the very definition of human. CRISPR 5.0 allows for real-time epigenetic modifications, not just to eradicate disease, but to optimize human potential. You can now reduce or increase the effects of your genes, from personality traits to physical limitations. Organ printing is now so sophisticated, we can print entire limbs, even complex neural structures. Reverse aging isn't a whisper, it's a choice, with many opting for cellular recalibration to extend healthy lifespans well beyond 100 years. But the ultimate question, the one that hangs heavy in the air, remains unanswered. When the future is shaped by intelligences beyond our comprehension, and what happens when these unseen forces reveal their true purpose? The story of 2046 is far from over, and the next chapter is already unfolding.